Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. So we've had a great start to the season and of course there's been a number of fixtures since you last met, so let's go check them out. So after that away victory against Valencia, we followed that up with a 4-0 away win against Stoke City. They did go down to 10 men in the 57th minute, but the damage by then would already been done. We were 4-0 up from the 48th minute, Lincoln getting two, an own goal, and Moise Kean getting another. The three attackers continuing their good partnerships. We then went away to Spurs in the Carabao Cup. We've absolutely smashed them 3-1. I know the chances look like it might have went their way, but in terms of highlights, they didn't have too many. Goals from Matteo Guendouzi, Alessandro Plea and Francisco Trincao completed the scoring for us, whilst Harry Kane got their solo goal. And in this game I did rotate a bit, and this was very much revenge against the FA Cup semi-final from last season. We then had a home game against Bournemouth, which were 1-2-0. Very routine game. There wasn't too many chances to speak of really, but when the opportunities presented themselves for us, we got the goals. Lincoln with the penalty, and Enzo Cabrera came on and got himself a goal. Now, Enzo Cabrera is an interesting one. I want to give him more game time, but Francisco Trincao and Moise Kean are playing great on the wings, and Lincoln is absolutely having a fantastic season up front, so he's not getting that position. It's become a bit of a concern in terms of squad rotation, how much I can do and how many people I can keep happy, but we'll see how the season falls and how I handle that as things go on. We then had a home tie in the Europa League against Vitesse, which were 1-4-1. Again, another very comfortable victory. Goals from Lincoln, Francisco Trincao, Enzo Cabrera and Ruben Diaz complete the scoring for us. Brian Linson getting their solo goal. And as you can see by the chances created stat, we created a lot in this game. It could have very easily been 5, 6, 7-0 maybe, but we'll take the 4-1. Now, the main disappointing result in this run of fixtures was a 1-0 away defeat against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We had a few injuries to our wingers in this game. As you can see, Duncan Watmore and Alessandro Plea started on the wings, and this kind of affected our game. We didn't really create anything really. We weren't keeping control of the ball. The highlights did not come for us. They had a couple of good chances which they probably should have put away. So whilst the result is very disappointing, the performance was what mainly concerned me. Cesar Montes getting a 6.3 at centre back, and Lincoln without his usual supply from Moise Kean and Trincao only getting a 6.2. And the last game before we played the live com was against Arsenal. We beat them 4-1. They are having a very, very poor season in the league. Ruben Diaz, a Lincoln brace and Enzo Cabrera again popping up with a goal. The injuries to the wingers has meant there's been quite a lot of rotation. As you can see here, Enzo Cabrera and Trincao actually started this game. Cabrera ended up going off at half time because of an injury. We didn't actually create that many opportunities in this game in terms of what I would consider half or clear cut chances. But when our chances did come our way, we were very clinical. And after all them games, that leaves us sitting top of the Europa League Group D. And it leaves us sitting in third in the Premier League. Now again, I just wanted to quickly show you that average rating stat. It is vastly improved for most players since you last met. Now if you remember from last time, I was mainly talking about me attackers getting the high average ratings, but the rest of the team was quite struggling. Now we can see Diogo Verdasco, Ruben Diaz getting in there. Trincao's dropped a little bit. Pizzella's in there when he starts. Cesar Montes, Matteo Rios, Koulibaly, Kieran Tierney, Enzo Cabrera, Harley Johnson and Predrag Rajkovic all having above a 7 average rating, which is really pleasing. A couple of the concerns for me will be Rasmus Nissen Christensen, Guendouzi and Alessandro Plea. They're the main sort of players who are in and around the squad, getting plenty of game time, but they're not putting in the performances when they get on the pitch. So after all that rambling, this is how we're going to line up against Rapid Vienna. Rajkovic in goal, Rios, Verdasco, Diaz at centre-back, Christensen, Tierney on the wing-backs, Harley Johnson playing that deep line playmaker role which I've specifically picked out for him. He seems to be performing really well in it. Mamadou Koulibaly completing the centre midfielders, Francisco Trincao and Moise Kean on the wings and Lincoln up top. So we kick off at home against Rapid Vienna. I am expecting a dominant performance. 15 minutes in, we seem to be dominating the ball in terms of stats, but we're not actually creating that much in terms of highlights. As I say, that Johnson gets the free kick just wide. Highlight now, Christensen's got the ball on the edge of the box to Johnson. He finds Moise Kean on this left hand side to Koulibaly to Johnson. Can he find, look on the right hand side, loads of space. It finds Moise Kean in the box. What we're doing, somebody whip it in. Trincao, the back post, finishes it off. Sunderland 1, Rapid Vienna 0. As you can see here, we're dillying about with this ball. I really think we should be more clinical in positions like this. But Moise Kean to Tierney, gets the ball in. Lincoln flicks on. Trincao gets his left peg on it. I'm not sure how many goals that is for the season now, but he is improving a lot. Highlight here, corner in from Trincao. Ruben Diaz, oh, big save. He had a good run up, but Ruben Diaz finds the ball from Vidaska. He makes it 2-0. Absolutely brilliant. Now you see this corner here, there was an absolute bullet header from Ruben Diaz. It was an excellent save by the kick. Oh, it wasn't a header, it was a kick. Vidaska finds him again though, and he manages to put it away this time. Sunderland 2, Rapid Vienna 0. Highlight here, we've got the ball deep. It's out to Christensen on this right hand side. What can Trincao make his move? He's got past one. He's got challenged, but Christian gets balls in. Back to Trincao. Can he finish? He can. It's 2-0, 3-0 even. Francisco Trincao with his second goal. You know, ever since we've changed to this new tactic in terms of trying to keep the ball more players short of passing, I think it's really suited the players who's come into the squad. A bit better quality. We're a better team in the league now. We don't need to be playing the sort of attacking / counter-attacking style. So I think this is really suiting us well, and as you can see, the results speak for themselves. Highlight here, Christensen on this right-hand side gets the ball in, but it's come out to Harley Johnson. Now what can he do with it? Gets the ball in, but it's back out to Koulibaly, to Lincoln. Is he going to strike? He plays it out to Christensen. Can he get the ball in to Lincoln? Oh my God. Lincoln should be putting that away. It should be 4-0. Oh, I've missed it. Highlight. It was a long throw in. I thought it was the end of the first half, but it wasn't. It was actually a goal for Rapid Vienna. It was a corner actually. Played in. Man marking was non-existent. They make it 3-1. Right, that's it. Half time, we're dominating the game. That was disappointing to concede so late on in the first half, but hopefully the boys are back up ready for it and then can hopefully get a few more goals in the second half. Highlight here, Rapid Vienna have it very, very deep. What are they going to do with it? They're playing an interesting formation. They're playing two D mids and 2 centre mids, so there isn't a lot of width coming from them, but they're finding the way through the centre here. Peter's on the ball to Berisha. Back out wide to Dibon. He's going to be the key in terms of the wing backs, I think, to get them the ball. But Berisha's through. Rajkovic saves. He shouldn't be getting beat at his front post, and I'm glad he's managed to keep it out. So 60 minutes in, although we're only 2 goals up, I'm feeling incredibly comfortable in this game. I'm going to get Enzo Cabrera on for Moise Keane. I'm going to get Alex Empoli on for Lincoln. And I'm going to get Big Duncan Watmore on for Francisco Trincao. Highlight here, Christensen down to Watmore on this right hand side. We all know he's got pace and he can beat his man, but he plays it back to Christensen, to Harley Johnson, to Koulibaly. There's a lot of space on this left hand side if there was an overlap. Johnson, look at the space you've got there. Watmore. Can he beat his man? No, he plays back to Johnson. Back to Christensen. Get the ball in the box. Play. Oh my dears. Alisson play. Am I glad we bought Lincoln in the summer. And time looks like it's rapidly running out. We're into the final minute. We've got a highlight here. Whether it'll be an actual highlight or just FM's end of game highlight, I do not know. But Tierney's got the ball on the left hand side. He whips it into Duncan Watmore. It's back out to Harley Johnson. Can he find Christensen? No. He finds Watmore further up the pitch. Can play get his head on it? No. Cabrera on this left hand side. Tierney's overlapped all day. Watmore to Johnson. Through to play. It's cleared by Rapid Vienna. Last 10 seconds here. I think this is going to spell the end of the game. Christensen just challenging with Onasowa. And that's it. 3-1. A professional performance. I'm happy with the boys. So after that win against Rapid Vienna, that leaves us very comfortably top of the table. 5 points clear from Valencia. I think we can start to take a bit more of an easy approach to these games. You know, I might start getting some of the squad players more involved in the Europa League. As long as it doesn't bring about our chances of finishing second and we can maintain the sort of lead at the top that we've got, I'm more than happy to rotate heavily. So we'll continue our very good form in the Europa League, and I'm really pleased with the form of the Premier League. You know, 3rd in the Premier League division after the beginning we had last season. I just couldn't be happier with the boys. You know, I think we've made some excellent signings in the summer. They've really bedded in well. They haven't required much time to bed in at all, really. They've slotted into the system lovely and we're performing well based on that. So looking forward to the next episode, I am going to bring you the final Europa League group game, which will be against Vitesse. There'll be a big chunk of games in between then and then, so we can chat about them when the episode comes up. Well, that's going to be enough from me. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and why not get yourself subscribed. And until next time, take it easy.